there's this Filipino woman who's singing R&B. I'll just play you a clip of it, of what it sounds like. So there's always going to be that underlying question now, you know, and I've seen a few comments, you know, a few people have quoted this clip saying like, if this is how Filipinos are going to be, who's now going to be Filipino? But it's like, you know, the person wrote, if black people stopped creating a wave, half of the world would run out of trends. And I wrote underneath it, we literally changed TikTok from a teen dancing platform in 2021 to an everyday normal platform because we boycotted dancing on there, which is 100% true. It was roughly around, it might have even been earlier, but I'm sure it was 2021. Cut a long story short, what happened was, as you know, when TikTok first came out, it was just a bunch of kids/teenagers doing all these dances. There was no talking or, you know, what you see today where people are actually doing a variety of content on there. It was just a platform which was known for kids to dance, and it was just a kid platform. What happened was, one thing I didn't know what was going on. All of those dances that you were seeing, they were created by black people on the platform. So a black person would create the dance, but then what would happen is it wouldn't shoot through the algorithm when the black person did it. A white person would come along, copy the dance, and then the white person would then shoot through the algorithm. I believe there was a girl named Charlie Abdemilio. I might be saying her name wrong, but she was a great example for this because there was a black girl who created a dance called Renegade. And what happened was she was doing a dance, but when the black girl did it, it didn't go anywhere. But then Charlie Abdemilio took the dance, remixed a few of the moves, and then she was like the face of TikTok. She even got offered a show and with her family and whatnot. So there was a lot of backlash in regarding to the black American communities, as if to say, like, the black girl created it and she's got no recognition for it. Now, Charlie Abdemilio did actually, in fact, bring the girl into TikToks with her to show respect and whatnot. But that's not really the key issue why the platform changed its theme of being an all dancing platform, like that being the face. What happened was, I think was it Jimmy Kimmel? I'm sure it was Jimmy Kimmel. I could be wrong. It was one of those TV presenters, right? And I think he got either Addison Rae or Summer Rae, one of those girls, something to do with Rae on the end of her name, right? One of the white girls. And what he did was he got this girl to sit there and do a montage of TikTok dances. So this white girl did a montage, like a medley, call it, of just different TikTok dances. But all the TikTok dances she did were all dances that black people created. So what that did was, it was pretty much the stick that broke the camel's back, to where black TikTok creators got together and said, you know what? We're no longer going to dance. We're going to sit back because the overwhelming amount of dance moves were created by us, and then all these white creators would just take it and, you know, they're getting all the money and the fame from it. We're going to sit back as black TikTok creators and not do anything. And we're going to watch what you white creators can do. Let's see if you guys can create dance moves without us. Go. And then what happened is, I think it was Megan Thee Stallion. She brought out a song. I can't remember the name, but it was sounded like something like some of my hot shit, something like that. And the white creators couldn't think of any dance moves. Their whole theme of dance moves were dependent on what black people were doing basically in the shadows. The people that were being ignored, that's what the white creators were dependent on. So then, like, there was no dance moves. Like, people were making videos basically saying, we can't dance at the minute, we can't. And any dance moves that they tried to create themselves just came across as, you know, not really good. So then what that then did is it triggered another theme on TikTok where people were now started making videos talking about the black boycott, the black dancing boycott. And then what that did then is, from there on, I think because at the time TikTok was owned by Chinese people, the Chinese owners or executives, whatever, realized, oh wow, our platform is dependent on black people. You know, we're going to have to change this because they've boycotted, and look, they've brought the platform to a standstill. So from that moment onwards, TikTok changed to where you've got this everyday platform of people doing all sorts on there. Before black people boycotted, it was just strictly a dancing platform. And that's the power of, in regards to to the way black people have an everlasting trend on the whole populace when it comes to the planet. Because I've always said when it comes to black people, there's nobody cooler than us. And when I say cool, I don't mean better. We're not better than anybody. We're not worse than anybody. I just mean cool. C-O-O-L. There's no other race on a planet that you could honestly say is cooler than dark-skinned black people. When it comes to all the cool stuff, black people, dark-skinned black people, it comes from. And it's too trendy for people to not want to be involved in it. This is why I've always said, like, you know, you get those set racists that don't like black people. It's not that they don't like you. It's the fact that what it is they secretly admire you and they hate the fact that everyone else copies you rather than copying them. That's what really racism in today's day is about. You know, it's you're too cool. We want to be cool like that. We want to organically create something and everybody jumps on what we do, but it never seems to go that way. Everybody jumps on what you guys do and we have to sit there copying you, and we don't want to copy you. You know, we're sick of, you know, you creating something and then we're having to take it and try and pretend like we made it. Like, that's what upsets set racist people out there. It's more of an insecurity thing. They admire you, but they hate the fact that they admire you. They want to be able to admire someone that looks like themselves. You know, these are all deep conversations that never really get spoken about. And I'm not trying to blow smoke up black people's ass. I've been black my whole entire life, 3 decades on the planet. I don't need to do that. I'm just speaking about what has actually happened, what I've blatantly witnessed, you know, when it comes to R&B singing, when it comes to rap music, when it comes to the way we move our hips in regards to dancing, the way we brought rhythm to the planet, the way we put a beat to the planet. You know, you're never going to beat a black person when it comes to cool, when it comes to sport, how much black people dominate and then put the zazz on it anytime we score, or, you know what I mean? All of these trendy things that, you know, get set. You're never going to beat black people in that regard. So when I see this woman singing R&B music, I've got nothing against it. R&B music isn't exclusively owned by dark-skinned people. Now, we can frown on it, but it's not owned by us culturally. You know, she's a pretty Filipino woman. She's got the brown tone. It is what it is. My only issue is, which doesn't actually happen in this category of music she's doing, she's performing R&B. I just don't like it when black people throw away something, because even though we're classed as cool and rather trendy, we have trends and then we throw them away. Then we get upset when another race of people pick it back up. So, for example, you've got B2K, you know, they came in doing the crazy dance moves, you know. We've got past that era now. Black people are not dancing like that and body popping and all of those things. However, the Koreans have now taken it. So the Koreans with K-pop, they're pretty much basically a bunch of B2Ks, and then they'll get the fame for it. But if we tried to do that today, people wouldn't really rate it. And I think that's more to do with a black community issue. That's not actually other races. That's us. We only care about what Drake's doing and what Little Baby's doing. We're not trying to see 4 black men body popping and dancing anymore. But other races can do it and it's great. You know what I mean? You've got the situation with the rapper called H from my country. If a black person tried to, from my country, Britain, if I tried to rap and sound like an American, I would get backlash because the black community will turn around and say, why are you trying to sound like an American for? You British. But H, who's a white guy, he gets to sound like Drake.
Hella promises were made, but man are blatantly fake. Had to change up my ways, I just weighed up the game. Now the radio plays, I just making me cake.
It's just, I just would like black people to be more appreciative of the gems of old. You know what I mean? Just because it happened 10, 20 years ago doesn't mean we should just throw it away and not appreciate it because it's classed as old. But then another race takes it and it's now classed as new. You know, you've got another R&B artist called Kera. I think he's Pakistani or South Asian origin. He's basically performing, and these are recent songs, he's performing 2001 type R&B.
It's the way she got me stuck in a chokehold. Should've known she'd have me shook. I'm down and out for the count.
And he's like number 1 on the Asian charts at this moment in time. Now, he might have gone to number 2 now, but when I last checked, he was number 1. There's no way a black person could make music from 2001 now and chart because it's classed as old when we do it. But another race can take our old and perform it and present it as new. But that's an inside issue. That's a black issue. That's nothing to do with any other race. That's something that we need to fix. But as this woman, if she gets far, I wish her the best. But there will probably be a lot of backlash. Then there's going to be this theme of, as the Filipinos taking our music, I don't care anymore. It's just as long as you do the craft right. Listen, there's gay artists that I listen to. Shout out to Jermaine Riley. Shout out to Terrell Carter. The reason why I listen to them is because they do R&B to the craft. You know, they don't skip or miss a few things. They do R&B the correct way. I don't care about their sex life. R&B, lyric-wise, the vocals and the beats, and I don't care what they do in their personal life. As long as you do R&B the way I like it, I don't really care about who you are and what you look like. Justin Timberlake still holds my second most favorite album, Justified. His first solo album, I love that album. My first favorite album is Usher 8701, but I don't care that Justin Timberlake's a white guy. I'm not interested. It's just, can you do the craft the way you're supposed to do it? And this girl clearly is. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.